Hello everybody and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today, we're going back in time a little bit. Mainly because Andor Season 2 is about to drop, and I could not be more excited, especially since, Hot Toys finally dropped a Cassian Andor and their K2 2.0 with USB lights. So I just got really excited, so I grabbed all of the Rogue One figures that I could possibly get my hands on, which was 2. But what's the other one? Ooh, we'll find out later in life. I'm really hoping that Baze Malbus gets made now, that Cassian's being made, but that's a different problem. Today, I've picked up Jyn Erso, which is one of my, what has probably been one of my grail pieces for a while, and I'm super happy to finally be able to have this in my collection. I grabbed the deluxe version because I like the helmet piece. It's not specifically the outfit. I really like the helmet it comes with more than the hair sculpt. And I think I might be keeping that on. But here's the box. Normal Star Wars. They've been doing this for a long time now. Pretty much straightforward picture of figure. Back of the box is blank of any color other than silver. Straightforward. You know what you're getting into. We're going to open up a figure and we're going to take a look at it. So, why don't we do that right now? So, because this figure came out during the time of Rogue One, it falls into the same trap that every other Jyn Erso and Rogue One piece of merchandise and media fell into at the same time, called they made everything before the reshoots happened, and then the reshoots happened, and then it changed everything about everything. So originally, Jyn Erso was Sergeant Jyn Erso and was more of a rebel. So she's got a couple things in here that don't quite go along with what she has in the movie at this point. For the most part, everything is pretty straightforward. Everything is exactly it. It's mainly the gun that I'm referring to. The gun has a weirdness to it, where it's got all these like accessories and pieces that go on it that don't actually go on it because they never existed. The only person who had a transformable weapon in Rogue One was Cassian. Even the Battlefront EA 2015 fell into the same trap. They gave her all this stuff, then they changed the movie. They did all this stuff with the game, then they changed the movie. Black Series, Jyn Erso, changed the movie. Everything was affected because this movie changed. And honestly, I think it changed for the better because it's a pretty solid movie overall. I really wanted to know what it would have been like originally, especially because that Darth Vader scene got added at such a late date in the production of it. I think I've rambled on enough. I really like the way this looks. I think this is my preferred outfit. Like I said, I like the helmet. I like the rolled up sleeves here. It could be rolled down slightly. I think it's better than the other two. I really like the other two as well. But honestly, I think this is the most rebel outfit I have. And I think I'm going to stick with this at the end of the day. But for now, let's finally open up the box, take her off of the spinning turntable, and actually talk about the amount of accessories we have here, because there are a few, because this is, after all, the Deluxe. So Jyn here comes with everything. She comes with her blaster pistol, which, as you saw in the previous bit, and like I said, it transforms a lot. Where's the stock? Hold on. I lost a piece. Did I lose a piece? Oh no, there it is. So we have the pistol, and it's got a couple variations here. We have what I guess is, so if you remove this piece right here, you can add this piece right here, and that's like shotgun bit. Again, you can see all these in Battlefront 2, which is super funny to me. Then you can add this back bit here. And this front bit here. And then you've got a sniper rifle. And like I said, Cassian's the only one with a gun that configures into a sniper rifle. So I think that got changed pretty early on. She does steal this weapon from Cassian in the movie, so maybe he just has an identical one, and they meant to give this to Cassian, and then they forgot to. But I like the way the normal weapon looks like. I think it's fun. I think it's awesome that it comes with you know, diversity, and you can change it into a sniper or whatever the other one is. I can't remember what it was in Battlefront 2. Maybe it's a machine gun. We do have an E11 normal stormtrooper. We have an E11, a normal stormtrooper gun. This does fold down like normal. Pretty straightforward with the old stormtrooper gunness. We have the Death Star plans, which is an awesome accessory. Does not clip to her back, that I've noticed. But this is a great accessory to have. I'm super happy to finally have something like this. We've got her baton that's folded up. You can unfold this piece and take that piece off, and it does come with a separate piece here. So you can have her with her baton extended, which is really cool. You can have her fighting a couple Stormies that way. We do have her Kyber Crystal necklace, because, you know, the strongest stars have hearts of Kyber Crystal necklace. It's a nice one. It's a small one. Don't lose it. We have her helmet, which you saw in the previous one. I love it. I absolutely love this helmet. Everything's pretty much sculpted on there, which is fine. I keep dropping things. It's magnetic, so you just plug it in there. This is part of look 3 with her like her rain jacket that you see on Edu. We've got these binoculars. A fun one. I don't see me using them, but you know, there's some playability there. We've got her neck wrap for when she's on Jeddah. That goes with the jacket that goes on the outfit. Plus, we've got this sash and like wraparoundness that goes on her with this jacket. And we'll go over those separate looks in a little while, Crocodile. But first, I want to go over the main look here, which is just Jyn without anything on. Focus. So the sculpt definitely shows its age a little bit. The hair looks really flat compared to some modern day hair. I think the sculpt does capture Felicity Jones's look a lot better than I thought it would. And I mean, that's a good thing. Being surprised is a good thing. I think she could definitely use an update in the hair department, though. Maybe somebody out there does a rooting for Jyn Erso. Either way, you know, I'm probably going to put that helmet on, so I don't really have to worry about it. The hair, like I said, is flat, but it's not the worst thing in the world. For the most part, this all comes up except for this little back bun. It's just kind of hard to get back on because of the side flaps, but it's not bad. It's not the worst thing I've ever experienced. I genuinely think that the sculpt here is pretty good for its age at this point, because what, Rogue One came out in 2016, so I'm assuming this came out around 2017. So for being 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I can't do math right now, like 8 years old, it's not bad. You got to give Jyn some credit. You got to give Hot Toys some credit for having this pretty solid looking figure, you know, years ago. What's happening to them? And then for the most part, other than her sculpt, it is a really nice outfit. You've got this like brown shirt underneath of this like brownish vest. There's a lot of dark, like earthy colors going on here. Like I said, there's a vest, which leads to this like brown, dirty shirt with some black like weathering on the back with rolled up sleeves, which I love. I love this rolled up sleeves look. So it covers the arm, like the elbow joint, so you don't have to worry about seeing that. But you can also see all the fun detail in the outfit itself. And I love it. I love the weird like jacket feel here. I don't know how to describe that. It's such a fun look. Again, and I think the rolled up sleeves look is probably my favorite of the lot here. If anything, I think it goes rolled up sleeves, Jeddah look, and then the Edu look. I don't really like the overall like poncho look of the Edu jacket stuff, but it's, you know, not the worst thing in the world. Coming down, we've got like her holster belt here, which the holster magnet does not want to hold at all. It just like keeps going back up, which is annoying, but whatever, I guess. It is like an earthy green color. for the most part. Like I said, most things on this top half are very earthy colors. It does have a clip for her baton, so you can... Oop, dropped it. So you can put that there. Like I said, I thought there would be a clip or something on the back for the Death Star plans, because that's where she clips it to. But maybe they didn't know at the time because, you know, the rewrites and blah, 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 that that's what she was going to do with it. At least I can clip the baton on there, so it's not the complete end of the world. Take that off, because for the most part, rest is pretty much just straight black pants, like a blackish gray. You can see the holster here is wrapped around her leg nicely. And we do got this like ripple effect here at the shins. Kind of looks like winter socks, but it's only on this one, like it's only on the side here. This is more on the side than this one, which is more front facing. I think that's just from the overall longevity of the figure. Or no, it just like feels weird. I don't know. It feels like this side's supposed to be like that and this side's supposed to be like that. I don't know, man. And then we got these boots, which are just a solid sculpted piece. Small boots, but still, solid sculpted boots is a lame in my book. But all in all, Jyn Erso here looking fantastic. And I can't wait to get Cassian, because I think her K2 and Cassian are going to look great together on a shelf. But we're not done yet. We do still have 2 more looks. So I'm going to take the vest off, put the jacket on, put the vest back on, put this wrap around her neck, and I'll be right back. So this look overall is really not bad as well. I like the way it adds an extra layer. It has this like whatever that doesn't really quite sit flush, which is probably the most annoying bit. But from the front, it does look nice. It's kind of like the wrap that the current like Attack of the Clones Padme has. I hate it, but that one's a lot less manageable than this one, I feel. It's supposed to have a hood that rolls up, but I can't quite seem to get it to work the way it's supposed to. But it's a nice look. I like that it has this jacket on the arms. Adds a little bit more greeny browns to it. Overall, Jyn, again, has this nice ripple down the side. Jyn is pretty much just all like these nice browns and greens. So if you're a big earthy clothing color kind of person, Jyn Erso has a fit for you, and you should definitely copy it. But we do have one more. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the wrapper off around her neck. We're going to take the vest off, put this jacket on, put this rebreather around her neck, and add a helmet. So here's the last outfit of the bunch. This is pretty much just the outfit she wears on Edu. So if you managed to pick up that new Jyn Erso, you can now recreate the scene where her dad gets blown away by an X-Wing bomb right in front of her. You know, the nostalgic scene. This one comes with like this overcoat poncho type thing. It does have like a breathing mask. It runs underneath the jacket. You kind of plug it in underneath, kind of like Mando's rifle, where it kind of goes underneath around the cape. This one's okay. I don't see myself running this very often, other than the helmet, which is pretty much the whole reason I got the deluxe version, because I got the helmet, because I've had Lego Jyn Erso forever with that helmet on. So it's kind of like grown on me a lot over the years. And I feel like I can make my own figure whatever I want it to be. So I'm going to make it helmeted Jyn Erso. But you got a lot of looks. You got a lot of things you can do with it. So I'm very happy about that aspect, at least, of it, because there's a lot of variety, like I just said. But I want to take this off now and get out my security droid, which I'm using as my stand-in for K2 until I get a K2, the one from the Book of Boba Fett. So let's get that out right now. So I absolutely love the KX Enforcer droid design overall. I think that is a great addition to the Star Wars universe with Rogue One, because now you see it in Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, saw it in Andor Season 1. We'll be seeing K2 again in Andor Season 2, which is super exciting. So I just think it's a great droid design. I think it's a fun one, and it is welcome in my heart at least. And he towers over Jyn, which is normal because he is a huge enforcer droid, and he should tower over most people. I can't wait to get Cassian. I'm hoping that we get a Saw Gerrera with season 2 as well, because that one is sorely overdue. Saw Gerrera, for as much he's been in Star Wars, just completely just skipped over by Hot Toys too many times, I'd argue. But yes, I'm very happy with these two. Hoping to slowly grow my Rogue One collection just that little bit more with whatever I can get with bits and bobs. Cassian, maybe a Chirrut, and we don't have a Bodhi Rook. We don't have Baze Malbus. So I'm trying my best. We'll see what we can get out of it. But for now, two, technically, until I get the actual K2, two Rogue Oneers is better than one Rogue Oneer, I guess. That sounded stupid. It sounded very stupid out loud. Why don't we pretend like that never happened and switch off to articulation? So life ending 360 degrees. Up that far, down that far, back and forth, no problem. In the jacket, the arm goes up that far, arm goes up that far, the arm goes back that far. Jacket doesn't really hinder articulation. You do get some crunch, so that's always good. Forgot to take the gun out of her hand. Leg does not spread in the slightest. Leg doesn't really go up. These pants are a lot more limiting than the jacket. Leg doesn't really go back either. You get an okay knee bend and absolutely nothing at the ankle. So you can pretty much do whatever you need to with the top half and absolutely nothing with the bottom half, other than maybe, if you're lucky, having her stand up. Which, I mean, I don't know what you'd need for an action pose for Jyn other than her holding a blaster or such. But you never know. Anyway, let's skedaddle off to the end of the video. So all in all here, Jyn Erso continues to surprise me with just how good she is. There's a lot going for her, you know, different outfits, a lot of accessories. It's just a really fun figure, and it's nice to have some Rogue One in my collection, which has been sorely overlooked for far too long. I mean, I have a Shore Trooper, I've got a Tank Trooper, which took way too long to get made, by the way. I've got the Enforcer droid, which doesn't really Enforcer droid. And now I've got Jyn. I'd love to get a Krennic at some point. I'm hoping they make an updated one with Season 2, because I love a more, I don't know, cleaner, crisper cape. But we'll just have to see. Darth Vader from Rogue One would also go crazy. But I've got too many Vaders as is, so I've limited myself to just the two. I'm going to take Empire, and I'm going to take Kenobi, and I'm going to call it there, at least for now, because I don't know how many more Vaders I could possibly fit in a collection before it becomes way too many Vaders to the point where I cannot fit anything else. 2 is already a lot, and I don't think I can get much more than that. But I'm super happy with this. I'm super happy with this figure. I'm super happy to be having this one, especially because, you know, like I said, Cassian's coming out. And/or Season 2, which is I'm so excited for. There's just a lot going for this figure in my heart, and I'm just super excited. I'm in a very giddy mood right now. So it's a good day overall. Pretty solid figure pickup. Grail acquired. It's my second real Grail. I'm not going to count the Punisher because it's technically not the Hot Toys version. So I can't count that as a Grail. It is something I've been wanting, but it's not the Hot Toys version, so it's technically not a Grail. Next up would either probably be Krennic or Tarkin. Because, I mean, I don't have too many Grail figures, because most of them are being remade. Terminator, T-1000. But this is one that I definitely feel like probably won't get seen again for at least a little bit. Like A New Hope Leia as a Grail piece that I would love to have one day. But I'm just happy to be able to have this in my collection. Another Grail acquired, which means I'm a little bit happier than I was yesterday. Anyway, if you have this piece, or if you have anything from Rogue One, or you're picking up stuff, or you're thinking about picking up some stuff from Rogue One, and you're just wondering, is it worth the prices that I'm seeing? Completely up to you, man. I got this one way cheaper than I thought I would. Sometimes you just get really lucky. Sometimes the stars align, and you just happen to find that one, and that's what happened here with this one. I just saw the Cassian Andor, and I just pre-ordered him, and then all of a sudden, a Jyn Erso just appears right in front of my very eyes, as if by fate. So of course I had to have it, so I did. I picked it up. I grabbed it. It's mine now, and I couldn't be happier. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel's been doing really nicely recently, and I'd love to keep that momentum up, because I just said so. That's it. That's the only reason, because I said so. And as always, with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.